welcome to the Chip and Suzy Show News Network, CSNN. Don't forget to visit us online at www.chipandsusyshow.com. Well, this is our special episode every Saturday. That's right, every Saturday. The weekend news. That's the weekend news, not the weekend news, but we'll cover both. All right, so we have been slacking here at the Chip and Suzy Show. This is our first broadcast at all since Suzy left out of technological range, but that's okay. Now, we are going to have a regular episode that will be posted tomorrow, but again, as I said, we're going to be posting the week in news, and I will be hosting that show. So, let's go ahead and we're going to go back a couple weeks to the election, which was not this week, but the week before, where President-elect Barack Obama claimed the 44th presidency of the United States. First-time voters have said they looked to Obama to restore the American dream, especially Nilofer and Samuel Aman, who were first-time voters from Bangladesh. And they did vote for Barack Obama. Now, polls from CNN.com show that first-time voters, such as students and new citizens, made up 11% of the electoral vote, not the popular vote. And 69% of those new voters voted for Barack Obama based on the platform of change. College students and new citizens respectively voted college students to end the war and increase the job market, and new citizens for Obama to boost the economy and boost America's standing improve the image abroad for change and improve standing, as the McCain campaign always wanted to promote that city on a hilltop. So that was an agenda on the Obama campaign as well, and now the Obama Transition Committee. And related to the president-elect, he gave his first YouTube address to the nation, which he will do weekly throughout the transition and throughout his presidency, and he is the first president ever in the history of the United States to deliver an address via internet. So that is very exciting. And again, with those Bangladeshis that did vote, that were covered on CNN.com, they became citizens in 1995 and did not vote until this election. So that's something interesting to note as well. They did miss a couple elections before voting. But as we keep rolling with this weekend news, Sarah Palin did an exclusive post-election interview with Fox News' Greta Van Susteren on her show, On the Record. And that was aired Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, I believe, and will be aired again tonight in a rerun format. And during this, she covered everything from the so-called clothing scandal, and just covered, these new comments from staffers, and even John McCain has spoke out on the Jay Leno show and said, hey, look, top advisors could be, 1,000 top advisors. Oh, goodness, that sound, we got to stop that sound over there. I don't know what that's at, but okay, we got it cleared up. And so, he cleared up that issue, and Sarah Palin is, interestingly enough, pointed out by Fox News to be more in the news than Barack Obama is at this time, which is interesting considering that Barack Obama did win the election. So if you want to check out all the details of that interview, you can visit www.foxnews.com or watch again on Fox News Channel. And continuing with Sarah Palin into our next story, the U.S. is number 27 on the international list of countries closing the gender gap, with Norway, Finland, and Sweden ranking the highest with over 80% on each of those about closing the gender gap amongst the men and women in those countries. And obviously Sarah Palin has helped to do that in politics throughout this election. And for more information about those studies, you can visit foxnews.com. Now, today, President Bush is meeting in the G20 summit, which represents 90% of the world's gross national product, and has the leaders of the 19 wealthiest nations in the world, as well as the European Union. And they're meeting today, and this is George Bush's quote from the event so far. I am pleased that we are discussing a way forward to make sure that such a crisis is unlikely to occur again, said President Bush. And obviously you know that this crisis has not ended. There's some progress being made, but there's still a lot more work to do. And for more information on that, you can check out all of the major news networks, our story information in particular, and our quoting was by Yunji Dinais and Huma Khan from ABC News at abcnews.com. Now we move on to America's students and the American future that has been represented throughout this entire election. 3 states are hoping to produce school reforms which will allow students to leave high school as early as age 16 to participate in college that will allow them to prepare for their careers that they have chosen at this time. Massachusetts, Utah, and New Hampshire have agreed to pioneer some of those proposals that would allow the school system to change and allow students to be motivated to work harder and float through high school after passing a state board exam and a demanding college prep course. And they will be able to enroll in either colleges or community colleges. And so this is good. And political and business leaders are increasingly alarmed about America's standard amongst industrialized nations, and we're 21st internationally in graduation rates as a nation. So these school districts that are pioneering this in Massachusetts, Utah, and New Hampshire obviously hope to change that. For more information on that story, you can check it out at abcnews.com. And we move on again to schools and our final story of this week's Weekend News by Gail Martineau from this week on ABC. Schools are selling their items on eBay. That's right, Bexley school administrators have found a way to put some of their old district broken and seemingly useless materials to use for people and make money without throwing them away. Food Service Director Jim Anderson has set up an account on eBay under the name Lion Star Power to sell the unwanted items and make some money for the district's general fund. Now, he said an item valued under $10,000 is first offered to other schools and then announced publicly on eBay. For example, in this case, if an item is valued over $10,000, public auction is required, and they are not allowed to trade it within schools. Zwick said that eBay is able to serve these needs quickly and easily, and he said that since July, the district has earned about $1,000 from eBay sales. Now, that is their net earnings, not their total gross amount that they're getting from that eBay account. So that's really cool. Unlike regular auctions on the site, the highest bidder is required to pick up the item from the school district warehouse and pay with either cash or a certified check. So obviously that does hinder some of the amount that could be sold otherwise, and that is due to district school policies. And now that we have covered all that boring stuff, I have my colleague Allie in the studio who's going to be giving you the week in news in entertainment. That's right, she's going to be covering everything from the Jonas Brothers to Hannah Montana to Nickelodeon's iCarly movie. So please welcome Allie, our entertainment news reporter on the new Chip and Suzy show network, CSNN. Hi, Allie. Nice to meet you. Now, Allie was just hired this week as our reporter here. Let me get my stories out of your way. Oh, so how are you liking your job here?
It's really good.
Okay, so go ahead, and let me go ahead and I'll just sit over here and smile. And you can go ahead and tell people, one more thing though, but before we do get to entertainment news. Now, Allie is going to talk to you about the March of Dimes, which is a great organization, and you can visit their website at www.marchofdimes.org. Now, Allie, we only have a couple minutes left on the show. That website address will tell you all about National Prematurity Awareness Week, which is this week. So, Allie, will you give them a quick recap of the March of Dimes week?
Okay. The March of Dimes week presents these hats. If you can't see them, all they say is March of Dimes. Walk America.
Great, okay, and I don't mean to cut us off, but we'll put in the notes. We only have about 50 seconds left on the show, so could you give us a quick recap of the iCarly movie?
The iCarly movie is available at Walmart, Toys R Us, and Target. It's a really cool one. My daughter loves it. She has one. And the Jonas Brothers are really busy. They're going to be doing a concert and lots of shows. And we're talking about March of Dimes still. March of Dimes is like, it's really creative.
It is.
My brother here, but I don't want anyone else to know.
Right, so the March of Dimes is a great organization, and they're celebrating National Prematurity Awareness Week. Again, please visit marchofdimes.com and chipandsusyshow.com. Give us a call on our network line, 321-806-2488. Thanks for tuning in this Week in News.